Hey, what's going on, world? You know what it is, Zeus Cruz, welcoming you to another segment of A Point A to B, presented by Olympian Multimedia. And by special request, this segment is going to talk about what is needed to creating your own home studio / business. A lot of people have been inquiring about it, asking questions, picking my mind on how I came about with Olympian Multimedia, and would it be difficult for them to start formulating what their business will entail and to try to get it from the ground up. So this segment is basically going to break down the basic fundamentals that I learned through research and talking with other successful entrepreneurs about what is needed to creating and establishing yourself, creating a home studio and establishing yourself as an entrepreneur. So, I hope this information will help you as it helped me. So what was the purpose of starting Olympian Multimedia? Well, as you can see over here, as a lot of people know, I am the proud author of 6 books that's available right now on Amazon, Goodreads, and BarnesandNobles.com. I'm also on all online media platforms. Have 1 EP and 2 instrumental albums as well. So in a nutshell, that's basically why I created Olympian Multimedia, to endorse my brand, but also promote me as an author and a producer, and also create an avenue for me so that I could do different projects in different mediums of media. So let's get a little outline or overview of what we do here at Olympian Multimedia to kind of break down the structure of it. So if you notice over here, a component of Olympian Multimedia is photography. And obviously you need the equipment to go along with it so that you could do different types of photo shoots. As you can see, we got the backdrop with the rigging with it, with the light fixtures. We have different props that we use as well to kind of bring your photos to life, make it more vivid, make it more interactive. Let's take a gander over here. As you can see here, we have film equipment. This is one of 3 different devices that we use to capture video. We definitely incorporate that, use that medium, and combined it with taking photos. The main thing we do here though is promo videos. So it's basically to endorse you as a business owner or as some type of artist, to market you and endorse your brand. Create these videos that you can put on your social media sites. Something short, sweet, and to the point to really get yourself out there. You know what I mean? People can get familiar with you on what you're trying to do. As you notice over here, the rest of the equipment, various different types of different devices and stuff to do different videos and photo projects. We have the rigging up there with the film monitor to do more extensive video taking as well. And again, like I said, the different types of props that we make here at Olympian Multimedia, and just different tools that allow us to go ahead and put the projects to work. If you notice here, this is just basically a setting right here that we do. We also do another video series here. If you're familiar with it, check it out on our YouTube channel at Olympian Multimedia. It's called A Word with the World, where we interview different artists, business owners, kind of pick their brain as well, get in depth on the things that they do, what they're passionate about, as well as the video series that you presently are looking at from point A to B. And again, as you see, we got more video equipment. Then you come over here. We have the music department / graphic design, where it allows us to do different type of musical production involving vocals, instrumentals, any kind of musical production that you might need for your videos. We do it here as well. And this is another key component to the business. Music can be used in all kinds of different genres and mediums, so we definitely provide the means in order to do that, as well as graphic design, create your album cover, book covers, maybe more extensive graphics used for promotions that you could put on your social media sites. So let's really get to the nitty-gritty and really break down what is needed as far as what it takes to make a home studio / business. And it's really broken down into 5 different components in which it will put you in the direction of being successful. You do know with starting a business, it takes time, it takes a lot of patience on your part. If you're really serious about creating one, you do have to understand that there is a window of anywhere between 2 to 5 years in order for your business to actually expand and actually make a turnaround so that you make a profit. Your profit sharing margin is going to be razor thin, because whatever is made up as revenue towards your capital for your business, obviously you have to turn that back around, put it back into the business. You always have to think expansion. There's always going to be resources or other things that you're going to need, maybe a bigger studio. So all these in mind, the biggest thing is just to stay patient. But if you could follow these guidelines, you definitely, I feel like, will be on the right path. The first one, outline the business, your type, the structure, and your purpose. This is so vital, because sometimes the biggest mistake you can do is right off the gate create a business that there's really not a market for, especially if you live in a demographic where people are not really inclined to needing that service. So you need to understand your surroundings, understand the demographics as far as where you live at, and get a feel what people need in your area. But you also want to have a purpose too. You know, it has to serve a distinct purpose on what you're trying to do. That goes along with the passion part. You don't have a purpose, you don't have a passion for what you're trying to do, it's definitely going to show up in the end result. Your product is not going to be good. And you definitely want to create structure with your business. You got to have an outline on exactly, specifically, what your business entails, what services it provides, and what will be the end result. If we do this service for you, this is what you're going to get in return as a client or a customer. Second thing, create a business plan / model. This is so very vital, is to create a business plan, because this is your blueprint for people to get an understanding of your business, its processes, its services, what's really entailed as far as with your business and what are you looking to do. So with this particular one with Olympian Multimedia, it really just breaks down the hierarchy on the people who's involved. It breaks down externally other different businesses that I'm in association with. It breaks down the services, the different products, networking, what is involved with that, the responsibilities on our end as the provider of the services, basic short-term goals, long-term goals. What are you trying to accomplish in 6 months, a year, 2 to 3 years from now? Also breaks down here by departments, percentage-wise of what revenue is created by the different departments within the business. And then last but not least, a SWOT analysis. Basically breaks down the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to your business. This really shows the honesty on your part to knowing what the pros and cons of your business. Because not everything goes according to plan. And if you're definitely looking for investors or looking to build up your clientele, you definitely have to be honest in that regard on your capabilities and also your limitations. So people are not surprised as far as the services rendered. What are you capable of doing? So business plans are definitely important, especially if you're trying to get business loans, if you're trying to get investors to invest in your business. That's the first thing they look for is a business plan. You definitely have to have a business plan in place. It has to be thorough, it has to be honest, and you have to break down every facet of your business so people can get a real scope of what you do. Third thing, budget versus capital. So a lot of people think these are two of the same thing, but they're not. What's the difference? Budget is pretty much a simple, very simple economics with budgeting. It's very similar to how you budget your bills for your home, for your car, for your family, to just maintain your everyday living. Obviously, whatever money that you make within the month, you have to divide it among what needs to get paid in order for you to live, as far as having food, a roof over your head, like I said, to pay for like other things like car insurance, maybe your cell phone bill, other necessities that you're going to need. For a business, you have to have a budget. You got to work within that budget, really break down how much you're allotted so that you can get different resources. If you have to pay for studio space, you got to have enough money to cover all the different things that you need in order for your business to operate. Basically, it's another word for operational costs. You definitely have to have in place your budget so that your business can run. Versus the capital. Capital means revenue created by your business through the services that you provide. So you definitely have to build that clientele. That's how you're going to make your money. Whether it's, like I said, through the clientele, different merchandise you might sell. You might sell other different products through your business. This is what creates capital. That in turn will give you a better outline of what your budget is going to be. So you have an understanding of what the money comes in, you're allotted, that you're going to be able to keep up with the cost of your operations. Versus what you can put to the side so that you can expand your business. Whether it's getting better equipment, bigger studio space, maybe you need more workers, more people on your team. Maybe some venues if you're looking to do like some shows or anything like that. Or even if you're just coming out with a product line. Obviously, everything takes money. So you're definitely going to need money put aside that doesn't take away from your operational money to keep everything afloat. Number 4, endorsed brand translates to marketing regime, which is promotions. What's that mean? Endorse and promoting is both pretty much the same thing, but in a way they're different. Endorsing your brand is Olympian Multimedia in this case. That's the brand. It's a multimedia business. It deals with different facets of multimedia, whether it's photos, videos, music, what have you, graphic design. That's what I'm endorsing to people. You know what I mean? In return, I will create a marketing plan that allow me to promote the services within it. So if you're endorsing something, that means you have an actual brand, in place. And it's big time when it comes to marketing to have a logo and usually a moniker to go with it. In this case, it's design and create is the basic motto that we live by here at Olympian Multimedia. You know, we put a plan in play to design and in turn create based off of that design. And as you can see, there's a logo. Something simple, short and sweet, but it gets the message across. This is what you need, along with an extensive marketing plan that you want to put into play that allows you to really put your name out there. Not just the business name, but essentially all the different facets that make up your business. You definitely want to promote both ends. Endorse your brand, which is the business itself, and then the services provided by your business or the products that your business provides. You need to have a marketing plan in play for that as well. Utilizing all means, social media, in person, setting up different events that could bring some spotlight to your business. Let's hit the number 5. Design strategy plan for investors and / investments. So what does that mean? You need money. Remember, you're starting your business off, so you may not have a very extensive clientele. So in order to create the capital needed to run your business and to increase the money set aside for your budget, the best way to do it is investors, angel investors. You can also go through business loans as well through the bank. The catch with that is you have to pay them back. And usually the APR rate that goes along with it is extensively high. And the window for you to pay that back might be a lot shorter compared to getting an angel investor. Sometimes you might even make them a partner, in which the profit sharing will be split however the agreement weighs out to be, whether it's 50-50, 60-40, however you work out that deal with that investor. Or you'll have what is called a ROI, return on investment, which is an interest applied to the principal of the initial investment that they give you. And usually that will be between 5 and 7%, and they usually will want the money covered within 5 to 7 years. So you have a nice window between 5 and 7 years to pay back on that investment, and still allows time for your business to mature and give you the cap that you need to expand your business. So these are the 5 main steps to allow you to have your business to start operating and blooming. Just final thoughts. You want to have paperwork in play for everything that you do. If you notice here at Olympian Multimedia, we have proactive waivers. If you happen to lease or actually buy an instrumental from the business, this option is up to you as the consumer, what you're trying to do. Either way, there's paperwork in play. So there's no discrepancies as far as what your rights as a customer toward that music. That's just one example. Another thing too, we have a business contract. The business contract that I set up through Olympian Multimedia is a subscription-based type business where you pay a flat rate similar to any other subscription that you would do, such as Netflix, Hulu, some kind of music streaming service. You pay that fee every month, you get the service. The same thing we do here, very similar in structure, and we have a contract in place that will be notarized. And again, it avoids all the discrepancies. We also give out what is called a SO number, a statement of work, which breaks, that number will be put on file, copy for us, copy for you, but it breaks down extensively what we're doing for you, what service is being provided, and a total outline in depth of what the project is that you're doing with us. You want to make a note of everything. They definitely have apps on phone as well. Whatever medium you use, you definitely want to take a note of everything that you do. Make a checklist It's very important to make a checklist. Really break down what your goals are going to be. Break them down week to week, month to month. And, you know, keep a registry of it. And mark as you go once you accomplish the goal that you're trying to do. With the budgeting, you want to use something similar as this. A startup cost graph, where you really break down the cost of the items of different things within your business. If you're using different types of equipment, different supplies, travel expenses, if you have to pay rent or utilities for the space that you're using, how much are you spending on advertising or marketing? You need to make a chart and use this as a basis for your data as far as what improvements that you need towards your business, and also get an understanding of what your budget is and how much cap you got to offset your budget. And then you want to do it month to month. So you want to do a whole outline as a whole of all expenses that you pay for in order for your business to operate, but you also want to do it month to month. This is so vital for you to do this so you have an understanding of all costs involving your business and what needs money and what things you can offset, and then divert your cap toward other things that is needed. You always want to make sure that your operation costs, that budget for that, is always maintained. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to run your business. And then last but not least, you definitely want to legitimize your business by turning it into an LLC. And there's different things that you can see on the internet that allows you to do it. They're really just quick schemes in a way, but they're not legitimate. Legitimate is going through the actual government, doing the proper paperwork through there, and the fees are not too much. So that's definitely something to work toward, and you will be put on the registry as a actual legitimate business. That's something you need to work for as well. So that's it, guys. This is the basic layout. This is something that I go for personally for Olympian Multimedia, so that I can work my way on trying to be successful. So I hope this gave you some clarity. If you're trying to work for your business, or whatever you're trying to do with that, to make it successful, get it to the next step, that next level, so you can be ready for expansion. So again, I appreciate you tuning in. This is another segment of From Point A to B. I'm Zeus Cruz, presented by Olympian Multimedia, and I'll check you out later. Peace.